That's funny.
You know what? His mother.
Trash can first. No.
Yeah.
Hey. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Wait, can we leave this one out?
I'm going to stay on this side of the camera.
Are you now?
Yes, I am.
Can you help me with this? Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, there we go.
They talked about it one time ago.
What's that? Hey, just remember, anything you say, the microphone's pointing at us more than at them, so.
It's pointing at us?
Yeah, because it's a cell phone. The microphone's on this side.
Okay, I won't do any trash talking.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name?
No, I'm calling you. What's your name?
What's your
That's
name?
your name.
What's your
right?
face?
What's your face?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anonymous and what's his face?
The what?
Go a little closer to here.
Drop in the O-bomb.
I did. I dropped in the O word in my graduation speech. Occupy.
Yeah, Occupy. What'd you think it meant? Oh,
Oh, my bad. My dad was trying to teach you.
Hey, you know what'd be excellent?
These are all wonderful.
Could you help? Could you be my temporary assistant? You're behind the camera.
You want me to
I just
just
need you to hold it.
Yeah, I can hold it.
Excellent. I'll unplug
Yeah.
it.
Oh, doesn't need to be
There's a
plugged?
button on the bottom that you don't want to push right here.
Okay.
It keeps the phone. Watch your feet.
I don't think we need to be doing this yet, do you? Nothing's happened.
You start out live.
Okay.
And just so yeah. Awesome.
How long are you going to go?
In just a minute. I'm gonna talk to them.
Oh, yeah. Do your thing. That's fine.
I'm not going.
I feel like I have a function now.
So I ran over to my English teacher to get it approved from him. Then I can go, but Miss Lemaire said it was okay to put that one in there.
Cool. Yeah, Dad said to ask you.
I know, it's kind of like that. Well, now we can start. Wait, no, we still need Peter, don't we? We start with that. Okay, yes, we can start without
The transients. Transients. Yes, they call them transients.
Been here for 9 months.
They wish they would leave. That's why they're calling them that.
Well, we don't want to feed it too much. It's a fellowship of the King.
So can we swing those tables back a
Yes,
little
but
bit?
we don't want those people as much.
Yeah, or we just jump up.
You could move closer.
Looks like we're getting close to starting here. I'll take this. Thank
Let's
you.
get closer.
What's this? Not mine.
I think that's Mike's gem.
Oh. Well, put that there. Thanks.
I better not talk about the bomb.
Watch it, watch it.
Okay, so we should probably get started now. Okay, I'm Jana, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm going to be the facilitator for the night, and Peter is going to be the fact checker. Are there any objections to that? You all good? Okay. So it's my first time, so please have patience.
That's what she said. Well, if you're gonna tell me to shut, I already know you're gonna tell me to shut up. I might as well leave it out until then.
Funny. Okay, so we should probably start off with oh wait, I need to read you guys off the green bottom.
Point of process. We have an archivist here. Archivist. Is that how you say
I
it?
think so, yeah.
I don't know.
Archivist.
Okay, whatever. Archivist mixed with activist and archivist. Will you be taking the notes?
I will be
today?
taking notes.
Oh yeah, we need a note taker and a timekeeper.
No, I've never taken notes before.
You just take
Just general kind of
Very
what
broad.
happened.
Think,
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, just think of PowerPoint. You don't want too much information.
Okay.
Most of all,
And
what counts is that it's the
do we
names
have a
that are
timekeeper?
covered. I was good with it.
I guess I can do it, yeah. But I'm not responsible for making people shut up.
You can leave that to okay, so let me read you guys our schedule for the night. So first we're going to start off with announcements, then working group report backs. For discussions, we're going to discuss disruption for 20 minutes. We're going to also discuss the non-violence gap for 20 minutes. And then we're going to do preliminary mission statement for 15, and if time permits, we're going to do a main discussion. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Good. Is there anything else? Yeah, I know. There weren't any proposals, so. Okay, so let's start with announcements. You guys have an announcement.
Are we doing stacks or not?
Stacks. Any
About
more
it.
announcements?
Danny?
Anybody? And working group report back to Jeffrey? Yeah, we'll separate them. So, okay, good.
I would like to make an announcement about the formation of the mission statement. So a lot of people feel that OBAU needs a mission statement. This came out of a couple of discussions that have been going all over the place, including the website and the OBAU list. So we're going to create one. And we want everybody to be involved in this creation. So right now, so we wanted people to be able to put input both in person and online. Because, for example, right now there's a lot of people in Chicago, they should also have their input be heard online. So the way that we're organizing this online is through Google Docs. And if you could go on Google Docs, and after GA tonight, I will make available the Google Doc in which we can have discussions. You can discuss on comments or just edit things, or it's a really good platform to do all that kind of stuff. But also, if you're not that good with Google Docs for some reason, or they're not working for you, we're also having a meeting this Friday at 6 p.m. at Occupy, which is the Starbucks that is nearest to 101 Market Street. It's at 27 Drum Street, and it's, does everybody know where that is? 27 Drum? Okay, and at 6 p.m. on Friday, we will be discussing in person a meeting with all this stuff. If you have some suggestions and you can't get on Google Docs or whatever, just throw it out onto the OBAU list. Okay? We want everybody's voices to be heard. We want to just make sure that everybody that wants to have input can have input, and as much input as, so that it's an actual collective discussion. So like I said, it goes online, through Google Docs, and at 6 p.m. in person this Friday. Also, if you have problems with Google Docs, I did bring my computer, and if for some reason you're having, if you need help with that, I'll be there on Friday and I can help you, or I can help you after GA today to help you show you how that works. Are there any questions?
Yeah, just one thing about Google Docs. It's tricky for lots of people to be editing, because then you lose things, or somebody could just wipe the whole thing out. So
It saves revisions, though.
every single
It
time.
saves revisions, yeah.
And what you could be doing is, if you are not sure if you want to edit, but instead you want to, if you don't want, if you feel weird about erasing something, you can also do comments. You can also write it out as comments. It has a great commenting feature where you can highlight something and write a comment, and then you can have entire discussions and comments. You know what I mean? So somebody else can respond to just that comment. And I think it really facilitates, and is really all-inclusive for people that can't be here, and so they'll do it online, or people that would rather do it in person have a chance to do that on Friday at 6, and also obviously at GA, because if you have to do a proposal, that will go through GA.
Is there any other questions, or? Can I also remind everyone to speak up, because we have really loud fountains to our right, so if we could just speak up so everyone can hear each other, you know. So next we have James.
I stopped by today to say hi to everybody. I'm pretty familiar with everybody's face. I'm James.
Oh, I'm Peter.
Peter, nice to meet you. So anyway, I came here to help collaborate. I came here to help collaborate on, I know everybody that's been working with the media and communications for a positive light on Occupy, and I wanted to help with that.
Okay. So next, is that all the announcements, or? Okay. So next, let's go to working report back.
Anyone else?
What am I supposed to do first?
You'll do that, that's the second discussion.
We had our first strategy slash direct action meeting. The reason we call this meeting is because we do want to start working on having a clear-cut strategy. One of the reasons that we formed OBAU was because there is a philosophical difference between OBAU and some of the people at OSF, and we want to make sure to utilize non-violent, creative, direct actions to move this movement forward. We also wanted to have a clear mission. So, as Jane was discussing, we sat down, we began discussing the mission statement. We put up a draft mission statement. It's a very rough draft for everyone to have input into, to make revisions, corrections, changes as they see fit. The gist of it is to have a mass movement that reaches the hearts and minds of the people, and to use nonviolent, creative, direct action and education to build this movement and move it forward. What we discussed in terms of direct action is that we want to have small, creative, direct actions that don't require a lot of people, but that will get the attention of the public through their creativity. So one of the first things we wanted to discuss was the possibility of having a one-night occupation to kind of kick off the OBAU movement. So we need to discuss when and where and how to make that happen. There are discussions of possibly doing it over Memorial Day weekend. And we would pop up tents, we would have, a regular occupation, but with the understanding that it's probably not going to last more than one night. And there's a few other actions coming up. There's Nancy Pelosi is speaking at the Commonwealth Club, and there's talk of doing a silent mic check. Carlos couldn't be here to discuss that because he has, I think, an exam. And we also have, I think, 4 or 5 people that would have come here, but they're in Chicago right now for NATO. So the other thing we had previously discussed is having an action on Memorial Day. So we need to discuss whether we're ready to actually start direct actions at this time, or we want to focus more on our mission and strategy before we launch into that. That's it.
That's really informative. Thank you.
When do we meet?
Oh yeah. So the strategy direct action group is meeting at 5 o'clock on Sundays at Taqueria Castillo, which, does anyone remember the exact address? It's on McAllister between Leavenworth and 7th. And we're also, again, having a special meeting this Friday at 6 to solidify the mission statement, hopefully for presentation at the next GA. And we also need to discuss how we're going to work with the direct action working group that already exists, the dog group. And I think they're in discussions of where they fit in throughout this whole split. And we may want to have our own small creative direct actions, tap into them for mass actions, tap into the Action Council, but have our own strategy as to direct action.
Okay. Thank you. So next we're going to move on to discussion. So I'm first going to talk about discussion for 20 minutes.
This was the non-violence statement.
No. I'm just letting you know that 20 minutes.
20 minutes,
20
gotcha.
minutes. Yeah. I'm going to introduce this discussion. So pretty much certain individuals have been suspected during GAs. So we need to collectively come up with a team feedback. So let's start taking stats and
Point of process before we start.
Yeah.
Can I get you guys stream URLs just to put out on Twitter can I get you guys, are you live right now?
OccupySFTV.
Okay, hold on.
You can just retweet Thursdays everywhere.
Oh, is it? Okay.
You can retweet me, and then you can retweet James too. He's
Okay.
One Liberty. No, One Liberty.
There's a lot of different names there.
Have you tweeted it?
I did, I sent it out to Punk Boy.
Okay.
I sent it out to you, I think, too. I can. I'll just send it to you, Mike.
Oh, okay.
so let's start taking stats.
Anyone else? Jamie?
Alright, I'll go.
Let's start with
Yeah, let's start with
All
that.
right.
I'd like to let Jane go first. No, Hannah, maybe I need this discussion we're having is it's about how you guys want to work and coordinate with the existing direct action group.
No, this is about what to do about disruptions of GA.
So as we know, there was
That's more for the existing.
In general, like in general.
Yeah.
Because of what happened in Philippines, how do we handle that? What do we do about it?
All right, that's fine. I'll jump in on that one too.
So let me clarify real quickly. We've had certain incidents, and we just pretty much what this is about is just we need to collectively come up with a solution so we know what to do in a situation like that. First step. You want me to go on step?
Sure. It would be a ratcheting effect or an escalation piece because we've all tried to calm down the individuals. Anybody who's disruptive, we try to talk to them first and reason with them, etc., etc. The only thing is, I think this is the best solution, to have rotating meetings if it's not too difficult for people to have meetings in different places. That's the only way to really do it. Unfortunately, the group has to leave the individual because for some reason we find it very difficult to remove the individual from the group. So I think this is kind of the right direction.
Okay, Jane?
I have personally witnessed several GAs be held hostage to one person just getting in the middle and starting to yell. And I've seen it happen with many different people, actually. And they don't even have to be in the center. Sometimes they're off to the side. I think that what's important is that everybody acts as one. Look, I don't care what strategy we pick, but what's important is that we pick a strategy and that everyone knows what to do and everyone just does it. Because the bad part that happens, this is where I see the things escalate. Someone tries to reason with a person, another type of group of people starts to just ignore this, and then a third group of people is getting pissed off and saying, how come this is happening, da-da-da? How come you're just ignoring it, and how come you're trying to reason with it? I'm just pissed off. And so that makes everyone on edge and start combative within each other. And then that one individual caused a rift in the whole group. So what's important is to just do something together. One example would be if everybody just ignores. So, for example, if that happens, everybody just goes silent and maybe clumps up so that they can't be in the center of something, but just kind of clumps up and is just silent and whatever. I don't know. That's a brainstorming thing. Another brainstorming thing that I can think of would be that everybody in, one voice would say, the facilitator or something would say, mic check, and everybody goes, mic check. This behavior is not okay. This behavior is not okay. Please do. I don't know. That's another brainstorming thing. If anybody has any other brainstorms, that's cool. But I think everybody acting as one, the most important thing to me is that we all act as one, so that that one individual doesn't break us up. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Ethan?
Okay, well, my favorite chant would be, this is not what democracy looks like. I'm very serious. There's also a fourth group of people that will defend that person against anybody who tries to set boundaries with them. I've seen a lot of that. But I also think, so this is all good, the further we are from 101, a lot of these people tend to be the type that aren't that mobile. They might walk to the fountain to disrupt, but they're not going to go down, to the 10 to 1 or whatever. So the further we move away from them, the less likely they are to get their act together enough to actually pursue us. If they actually pursue us, then they're stalking, and we can talk about a restraining order. If it really kept going on, I don't know. That's just an idea. But so meeting in places for security, meeting places far away from 101, and acting as one unified clump, chanting, this is not what democracy looks like. Okay.
Janet?
Yeah, I remember being at a GA, I don't remember whether it was in San Francisco or Oakland, but there was somebody who wasn't part of the GA. He was just yelling and yelling constantly, and you couldn't hear the rest of what was going on. And that person was not budged, and so there's that. It's not necessarily somebody who definitely wants to be part of a block size meeting on this. Also, I think there are some great ideas that have been put out right now, and I'm wondering whether there should be like a working group, a smaller set of people, to come up with some proposals or ideas and then present them, or just because we're not going to figure it out here, and it would be better if there was something more concrete. And there was one other thing.
Okay, we could come back to you. Maria?
Yeah, I think I missed part of this GA, so I don't know if you guys already discussed it. I have a question than anything, and I think my question is like when we talk about disruption, it's like what do we do when it's a member of our GA that is guts angry, or a non-member, or violent disruptions, or a disruptions when we start screaming at each other and we disrupt everybody. So are we talking in general, or?
Well, I mean, I think this can be more of a general discussion, but I think morally we're also looking back to what's just happened in the past week. But we can probably include all of that in that. But at the same time, when there's deceptions with each other, just fighting, it's also the facilitator's job to try to control that. So.
Mike? Okay, I have an idea that I think would be really practical and fits with our kind of nonviolent philosophy. The problem with any kind of closing in or trying to chance and overcome is it's just going to incite some people further. I think what we should all agree to do individually, as we see something happening, is just stand there and hum a note. Just go, and one by one, as people clue into what's going on or get frustrated, soon we got a whole crowd of people humming, and if that on one note, and if that doesn't quiet down somebody, the next step I think would be for everybody to just slowly back up while they hum. Until we're just, and then we meet again in 5 minutes. Just give a little cooling off period, come on back in 5.
Tough idea.
That's what John Vader does with Omen. It does seem to help.
And it's soothing, when you get a whole crowd of people going, soon people are going to be harmonizing, it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
It's Richard.
I guess we got to the end.
Were you?
Yeah, you have some back.
So I don't think your meeting should be held hostage by drunk. So I think you should feel free whether you want to have a meeting in a closed space or whether you want to have it in an open space, that you develop policies that affect both scenarios. When you have a place like this, there's no way. First of all, most of the drunks don't have internet access. They're not on computers doing stuff because they're drunk. So that's kind of basic. So they're not going to know if you have it in a closed space. Where are they now? They're not coming here. So that's one thing. And if they do come to a place like this, the security here will walk them out. You don't have to worry about being in a place like this. They will not be interrupted. Let's say you're going to have it in an open space. What about, I was part of some of the groups that walked the drunks off at Justin Herman Plaza. And just all the males get up and surround the person and walk them off. We had very angry people at Justin Herman Plaza. Some of those guys were a lot bigger than me. And we just gathered around. What are they going to do? Start flailing with this? It's not going to happen. So they walk them off. It worked at Justin Herman. I think it would work in an open place if you have it here. You're done. Enclosed, open. Where else are you going to have it? That's it. You're covered, I think. Just across from the peanut butter.
Bob?
I just want to say that we come up with tactics here that we keep in our heart that PAs are open to every single person who wants to come. If we make a tactic that's like we're going to make it hard for someone from 101 Market to get here, that's not just the problem people. There are good people at 101 Market who want to come. So let's make sure that our tactics are ones that don't exclude.
structured a bit. I like to structure that. Because, well, I know that as a facilitator, I'm not really allowed to put in my 2 cents, but I would just like to say though, to Richard, you have a point about the drunks, but at the same time, a lot of the time, well not a lot, but every once in a while, this happened a week ago or something, we do get people who politically disagree with us, and there's some situations where we do get stuck, and we need to, they do have computer access, I believe, so we gotta figure that out too.
Yeah, but would they feel the need?
Okay, sorry, we're not in
to
the
Yeah,
allow?
yeah, we can put you back on.
Go
Sorry,
back,
sorry.
back on stack.
Bad
I'm
hand.
gonna.
I just wanted to ditto what Bob was saying, that there are a lot of good people at 101 that might want to be involved, and I don't think we should move our GAs to the Tenderloin to get away from 1 or 2 people that might be causing disruption. So I also like the suggestion of doing an OM, and I'm thinking maybe we could combine the OM with Richard's suggestion, have the OM and see if that calms the person down. If that doesn't calm the person down, then have people, while they're OMing, surround the person and try and walk them off.
Michael?
I think that when we have situations like this, that the disruptor is pretty much asking to be heard, demanding to be heard. They have something to say, some kind of need, some kind of dilemma. And perhaps one of the things we could do is, if we see something like that happen, we can say something, some type of statement like, what would you like to say, or what do you have to say? What do you want to hear? How can we make this better for you? Kind of like acquiescing to them a little bit, but not giving them power, because when they start getting the others agitated, it gives them more power over the crowd. And they're loaded, so they get power mad with that. And I know that like when 3 or 4 people show concern and we try to de-escalate it, sometimes people get rowdy because everything in the drunken state is outward bound. Nothing gets in. So they have something to say, they want to hear something. I don't know, it's kind of like the surrounding, the gentle, not surrounding you, but just kind of in crowd embrace. We want them to feel that it's their idea to go away. And if they can get it off their chest, if they can just say, I'm feeling excluded because I'm having paranoia about class division, you know what I mean? Or I'm really racist, give me a sec. So I think all these ideas can be made into cool
Might help to
sentences.
repeat back what they're telling you.
Yeah,
So that they know
absolutely.
ahead of time.
Five.
5 minutes after.
Five.
Okay, so maybe we actually, we can either close stack or we can do the temperature check to see if we want to extend the time frame. So, close stack? Close stack?
I just have, since I just had a question, sorry. Can I have suggestions that we used to do to, on the agenda, name people to be like type of, I don't know, security or somebody? 3 or 4 that would be in charge of handling violence.
Okay, wait, that's the staff. Who's on the staff now? So, we have Peter, Jane or Janet?
Janet, Richard, James, other Peter, Ethan.
So, should we just close
Maria,
stack?
do you want to be at the end of that?
Okay, so we're gonna close stack now, guys.
Okay, so sort of to follow up on what Michael said, I think that's why to me mission statement is so important and really considering these things, because I would remind us that we regularly intentionally disrupt meetings, and so we want to know what is the difference between us. I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm saying we want to know what the difference is between our open community, allowing everyone who's willing to be respectful to be involved in the meetings that we choose to disrupt because we feel they fiercely are advocating a different oppressive policy. So In that way, we do want to feel like, I think, we're a place where everyone can be heard within a respectful context. So I think it's a tricky question that we need to work out, because people act out because they do want to be heard. So, Janet?
Okay, I remembered the thing that I had forgotten, and I have a couple of other things. One is we should try role-playing maybe. I don't know whether the only GAs, if that would work for other things too. Another, when I was at Occupy Wall Street back in October, and things have probably changed drastically since then, but one of the things they had was soapbox. I don't know if people soapbox. I don't know whether that's happened at Occupy SF, but that was they did it after the GA, where anybody could, well, there were time limits, maybe 3 minutes, or maybe sometimes they were loose, but anybody could talk about anything. So somebody who wants to be heard, part of it is they want to be heard now. And so maybe giving an opportunity for somebody to be heard, but not necessarily now. So consider soapbox or before or after. And then third, also at Occupy Wall Street, they had a no drugs, no alcohol policy. And I don't know whether this group would consider discussing that too, and I mean, that's a huge issue also. I'm done.
Response, I would just like to say that I'll try, so OSF does have that policy, and just I'm letting you guys know, even though we're OBAU, but we do have a lot of people going in between, and sometimes with the structure, there's sometimes people. So I just like to let you guys know that.
Richard?
What did you say now before that I started saying? What were you saying that I started replying to?
Oh, I was saying that sometimes we do have discussions who are anti-Occupy, or they have different beliefs or morals or whatever, and they take up GA by either yelling, saying profanities, etc., and the thing is, they're not drunk, so they know they know where we are. Yeah, they have computers, so.
Okay, so now I know what I'm gonna say. So Peter was saying a mission statement. I think your mission statement should be what you're about and what you're for. I think you should have rules of conduct, how people should conduct themselves at your meeting, and that, I don't know how you want to do it, if you could, once you got the rules of conduct written up, you can pass it around, have everybody sign it, and where they sign it says, I agree to these rules of conduct, and I agree to leave if I violate these rules of conduct. So anybody coming signs it, just the basic stuff, not, if it gets too detailed, it's not gonna work. Just the basic things to how to conduct yourself properly, and have them sign up and agree to leave if they don't. Come back later.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Quick. James?
Just to add to what I said earlier, more or less to work with everybody here, I had an idea about doing a fundraiser, and I needed an idea on how to work that fundraiser for Occupy, for media equipment, to help the people on the street, a general knowledge basis. I was thinking like a 24-hour video-a-thon about, which you guys just gave me the idea, nonviolence and how to handle it. So have like a barbecue, media there, media teams, people that like to do the writing, videos, Mike Q-Tips, Punk Boy, have people come down and volunteer for this and do teach-ins, how to use technical equipment so that we can get more people on the streets using the videos and collaborating and showing how the police violence,
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm done.
So sorry to interrupt because I don't like to.
That's all right.
But as facilitator, I
Off
just
topic.
like to say that we discussed it. It kind of seems a little bit of a tangent.
Okay.
So if you want to make that a discussion,
Right.
or an announcement for next day, feel free to do that.
I just wanted to seed it into your minds. You think about it.
Okay.
Get back with me, collaborate, whatnot.
Okay.
So.
Peter?
Yeah, I was saying, I've never been to many GAs, and coming out to somebody who's usual, I guess, as usual, getting with the political club. And I see the problem, I could be wrong, as basically if we're going to be, if Occupy is supposed to be politically effective as a movement, that's be able to get things done, and to emphasize, what is it, making sure that you're not hurting people's feelings, could also detract from the ability to get a big picture, picture item things done. So yes, I do want the Occupy OBAU to be effective, but I also so I don't. Let's put it this way. I want OBAU to both be open to people, but I also want it to be politically effective, and not sure if that's been forgotten.
Ethan?
Well, just in
Go ahead.
just in response to what Mike was saying, so that technique of just giving people a few minutes to speak could help in some cases, but there's definitely going to be people that aren't going to be satisfied with a few minutes, and some could take hours, I would expect. So it's not always going to work.
Point of practice? Is there any way to reopen the temperature check on that one? What were you
I didn't hear.
If it's just
So
for-
Beth wants to be put back onto a closed stack, so just taking a temperature check on how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, let her talk.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to, I think Jane pointed out in the beginning that we should have a response ready. So I'm thinking instead of just ending the discussion, we should maybe come up with some combination of the suggestions and have a response ready just in case we do get interrupted at our next GA. And also hearing some of the suggestions like Mike was saying and somebody else, I think it might be a good idea to actually mic check the person for a few minutes. And I'm just thinking back to